In this lecture, I will address multiple optimum solution that we face in simplex method. There are some problems which will give more than one multiple optimum solution. In such a situation, how to handle such cases I will show today. So I will consider a problem for that. Here we have an objective function that z is equal to 6x plus 3y. Also we have two subjective constraints and both constraints are in lesser than or equal to type of inequalities. So we can add a slack variable to this, and we have non-negatives also. Firstly, what we want to do is we want to rewrite this linear programming into the standard form of linear programming in the simplex method. So on the right side you can see I have written a standard form of LPP for this problem. So here maximization z 6x plus 3y have considered same as it is, and for two subjective constraint I have added a slack variable. For a first constraint I have added a slack variable 1, for second constraint I have added a slack variable 2, and I have removed inequalities also. In the standard form of LPP there must not be inequality, there must be equation type of constraint, and due to its lesser than or equal to type we have added slack variable, and we can also ensure that in the right side of the constraint are in a positive value. So this constraint, this slack variable also added to the objective function. These two are added to the objective function, and those two slack variable are also in the non-negatives. So slack variable in the sense these are s1 s2 means slack variable. Slack variable for the calculation purpose we will assume are dummy variables like that. Then let us fill this information into the simplex problem table. In the left side I have copied just standard form of LPP, just we written in the earlier slide. Here I will show you how to insert those standard form of LPP information into the initial simplex table. This is the initial simplex table. So here Cj values and here the decisions variable x, y, s1, s2 are decisions variable in the objective function, and coefficient of decision variable also I have written here. Here x value is 6, y value is 3, and s1 value there is no s1 value, and s2 value there is no s2 value, which means 0, which means it is simply 0 s1 and 0 s2 in the standard form of LP. And in the basic variable, as you know, we must consider slack variable that we introduced in the while we are rewriting in the standard form of LPP. We have to consider slack variable, and in the profit units we have to consider slack variable coefficient of cost of slack variable. Here s1 value is 0, s2 value is also 0, so I have considered 0 0, and here it is a quantity. Right side of constraint is a quantity 120 for in the first constraint, 40 in the second constraint. So here it is this column row belongs to first constraint. Here it is about this, and here x value is 2, y value is 5, s1 value is 1, because in the first constraint there is a s1 which means 1, and in the first constraint there is no s2, so it is 0, and this row is really belongs to second constraint. X value 2 and y value 1. Here it is y single y 1, and there is no s1 in second constraint, that is why it is 0, and in the second constraint we have introduced second slack variable, so s2 exists, so s2 is 2. So this is basically we have inserted the standard form of LPP information into the initial simplex table. Once you insert all this information, we can calculate the z value, zj value, cj minus zj value. So let us calculate z value then. Z value can be calculated this. You have seen the formula for that, 0 into 120 plus 0 into 40. So whatever you multiply by the 0, it will become 0 only. So z value in this case is 0. And also you will multiply for z1, z2, z3, z4. Since you are going to multiply from 0, all the zj values will also become 0. look at here, you can take an example. 0 into 2 0 plus 0 into 2 0, 0 into 2 0, 0 into 2 0 0, and 0 into 5 0, 0 into 1 0, 0 into 1 0 into 1 0, 0 into 0 0, the value is 0, and 0 into 0 0, 0 into 1 0, so the value is 0. Since we are multiplying from 0, all other values will become zeros only. So Zj values, all Zj values are 0. Once you got the Zj values, you can go for this Cj minus Zj. So Cj values are here. Here it is a Cj values. Zj values, we just derived the Zj values. Okay, Cj minus Zj. Cj is 6, Zj is 0. 6 minus 0, 6. Cj minus Zj. Cj in the second column, Cj is 3, Zj is 0. 3 minus 0, 0. Sorry, it is 3. 3 minus 0, it is 3. And Cj is 0, Zj is 0. 0 minus 0, 0. Cj is 0, Zj is 0. 0 minus 0, 0. So by this way we obtained Cj minus Zj. Now what we want to do is we have to check the optimality condition. Normally in the initial simplex table you won't derive at optimality condition, because you are going in basic variables will be the slack variable. With slack variable you cannot optimize the problem, because Z values will become 0, Zj values become 0. Okay, so according to Cj minus Zj, according to optimality condition for maximization type of problem, Cj minus Zj must be lesser than or equal to 0. Okay, so here these two values are 0, but these two values are positive. Since these two values are positive, you have to select the most positive value among two positive value. Here it is 3, here it is 6, so most positive value is 6. Once you found the most positive value, the column corresponding to that most positive value will become incoming variable to the next iteration. Very importantly, incoming variable to the next iteration, so that I can cross this circle, then incoming variable. And once you found the incoming variable, you can find the outgoing variable. So also you have to find out. So to calculate outgoing variable, you have to calculate replacement ratio. Replacement ratio can be calculated by dividing the quantity by the most positive value column. That means 120 by 2 by 2, 120 by 2, it is 60, and here in the second row 40 by 22, 40 by 2, it is 20. So we also found that replacement ratio also. Now among these two replacement ratio, we have to select least positive value. So S2, in the S2 we will get least positive value. So least the column corresponding, the row corresponding to the least positive value will be outgoing variable, then outgoing variable. So then we found incoming variable, outgoing variable also. To make operation, row operation, identity matrix and everything, we also need to find out key element. The key element is the key element you will get at the intersection of incoming variable and outgoing variable. So which means intersection of incoming variable and outgoing variable is 2. So here we have circled the incoming variable. We have also circled the outgoing variable. In the intersection we are getting 2. This is key element. And one more thing we should consider, S1, S2 are basic variable, and these two basic variables are in the identity matrix. Identity matrix means the values are in unity and 1001 value. This is the form we will lead to another iteration. So whatever the basic variable you will get into the operation, there must be an identity matrix. Unless you form identity matrix, you cannot give a optimality condition. So S1, S2 are in identity matrix. Now X will become in place of S2. So next, in the next iteration, S1 and X must form an identity matrix. So here I have just copied the last initial table into this slide. To make a direct comparison, I have made like this. So we have to initiate to the next iteration. Before we initiating to the next iteration, we have to look into the identity matrix. As we know, in the next iteration, S1 and X2 will be the basic variable. So S1 is in the identity matrix already, that is 1 0. Then X value also must make identity matrix. Since this value is key element, and here these two values are not in a unity. Unity means S1 1 0. Here there is no unity in the X. So firstly what we want to do is we want to make the key element unity. We are very importantly, it is not applicable in all the examples. Wherever there is no unity, it will applicable. So firstly we will make a key element unity. So what to do for making key element unity? Look at here. To make key element unity, we divide second row by 2. 2 means key element itself. Except this profit or unit value, we divide this second row by its key element. Key element is 2. So after dividing this, we will get some row operation. So the row operation is in front of you. First column I have taken as it is, and X1 is considered for basic variable. Since it is an incoming variable, I have considered in the basic variable, and the value of coefficient of X value also will change, because coefficient of X value is 6 and coefficient of S1 value is 0. Okay, now as I told you, to make key element unity, we divide second row by 2. As I said you, I have considered first row as it is. Look at here, 0 1 22 5 1 0. I have considered as it is. And second row, the coefficient I have considered as it is. We are not going to touch this because it is objective function. We are not going to make any operation with this. And here 40 by 2. 40 by 2, it is 20. And 2 by 2, 1. And 1 by 2, 1 by key element, so 1 by 2. And 0 by 2, 0 by key element, the value is 0. And 1 by 2, the value becomes 1 by 2. So to make key element unity, we have divided second row by its key element only. So let's see what will happen in the next table. So this table I have just copied from the last operation, that is this operation I have just copied to the next to make a comparison. Now what we want to do is we want to make S1 and X as identity matrix. Firstly, we made key element as unity because S1 is in the form of 1 0, and key element also must become 1 because 1 1 it must be 0. This value must be 0. So now we have made this value key element as 1, unity to S1 to X, and we have to make this value 0. We have to make this value 0. Especially if I want to tell something in the simplex table, it is all about logic. Here your main intention is to form a unity to the basic variable under consideration. Here we have two basic variable S1 and X, and for these two variable here we want to form a unity. So in the S1 there is unity already, and in the X1 X also there must form a unity. Once you form a unity, you can make an identity matrix. So it is called as an identity matrix. So then let me show how to form a identity matrix then. So I have made unity. So look at here, now we have to make other element in the column of X 0. In the column of X 0, that means this value must make a 0. Then it will form an identity matrix. So we multiply second row in the above column by negativity of key element. It means in this column we will multiply the negativity of key element. Key element, as we know, key element in the earlier problem was 2. So we will make a key element negativity and multiply the second row to form a identity matrix. Just we want to make a 0 in this column, X1 X column. See, it is already in unity, and this must make a So I will consider second row of the last table except this profit unit, profit or units. So 20, that 20 into minus 2, which will minus 40, and 1 into minus 2, which will become minus 2, and 1 by 2 into minus 2, which will become minus 1, and 0 into minus 2, which will become 0 only, and 1 by 2 into minus 2, which will become 1. And along with that I will consider first row of the last table, that 120, 2, 5, 1, 0, the same thing I have considered. Now we want to make a sum of the rows, so whether it is positive or negative, we will make a sum. So 120 minus 40, which is 80, 2 minus 2, which will 0, and 5 minus 1, 4, 1 plus 0, 1, 0 minus 1, minus 1. And you must be thinking, where should we consider this first row, this row operation values. For your kind information, here it is in unity. This s1 and x value is in unity, and this value is 0. Now we want to make this value, another value in the column of x, I want to make 0. For that we will consider to the first row of this column. This last table, in the sense this value, this is already written. So here for first row I have considered this 80, 0, 4, 1, minus 1, and look at here, this row operation I consider for first row, and for second row I have considered this, that is 2, 20, 1, 1 by 2, 0, 1 by 2, 21, 1 by 2, 0, 1 by 2. Okay, now after this we can calculate z value, zj value, cj minus zj value, and again we can see the optimality condition of the problem. So without delay we can calculate z value. 0 into 80, 0, 6 into 20, 120, 6 into 20, 120. Now let's calculate zj value then. 0 into 0, 0, 6 into 1, 6, 0 into 4, 0, 6 into 1 by 2, that is 3, 0 into 1, 0, and 6 into 0, 0, and 0 into minus 1, 0, 6 into 1 by 2, value is 3. We also calculated zj value. Now we can subtract the cj value by zj value. 6 minus 6, the value becomes 0. 3 minus 3, the value becomes 0. 0 minus 0, 0. 0 minus 3, which will become negative, that is minus 3. By this way we also obtained cj minus zj value. And here it is a time to check optimality condition in this problem. We will check optimality in the cj minus zj. As you know, to check optimality condition, all cj minus zj value must be lesser than or equal to 0. Since all values are lesser than or equal to 0, we can consider this is the optimality condition. But one thing is clear, in the basic variables there should not be slack variable. So here s1 is a slack variable. Since x1 is slack variable, we cannot declare this is a optimality condition, which means in this problem we have multiple optimal solution. So look at here, z maximization in this problem, z maximization at 120, and when x is 20, this is x is 20 quantity, and when y is 0. So when some addition variable 0, we cannot take this as a optimality condition. So which means in this problem there are multiple optimal solution. So let us see how we will give multiple optimal solution. For that we have to find out the most positive value among this. Since there are no most positive value, how do we consider some value to the next basic variable? Because with s1 and x we cannot give optimality condition. Look at here, 0, 0, 0 and extreme negative value, but here we cannot take a slack variable because it was there already, and we cannot take x because it is there already. Now untreated value is y, so then this y will be incoming variable for the next iteration. As I told you already, simplex method is a logical oriented. So for the next iteration, y will become incoming variable. Y is a incoming variable. Now we have to calculate replacement ratio. Replacement ratio, as you know, we will divide quantity by the incoming variable values. So 80 by 40, the quantity is 20, and 20 by 1 by 2, the quantity is 40. And also we know that in the replacement ratio we have to select the least positive value. Out of these two replacement ratio, least positive value is 20. So I will make a circle of this least positive value then. So this S1 is a outgoing variable in the next iteration. Outgoing variable in the next iteration, which is the first iteration 1, and we will lead to iteration 2. So we found out incoming variable, outgoing variable, and one more thing we need, that is key element. As you know, key element is you will get the incoming variable and outgoing variable intersection. Then the intersection value is this. The key element is 4 in this problem. Then let us move to the next iteration. These are these two columns I just copied, and I have replaced y into the basic variable. For the next iteration, y and x will be the basic variable. I have also considered coefficient of y, that is 3, and all other values will remain same. So then we have to lead to the next simplex table, next iteration. For that, we have to divide the first row by its key element. We have to divide this first row by its key element for the next simplex table, which means for the next simplex table row. So look at here, I have divided that too. The first row is this, y is the first row, and key element in the y in the last iteration is 4. So which means 80 by 4, 80 by 4, which will become 20. 0 by 4, 0. 4 by 4, 1. 1 by 4, 1 by 4, minus 1 by 4, minus 1 by 4. Then it is a first row for the next iteration. Then we have to get a second row. The second row we will obtain by as follows. We obtain second rows as below calculation. Firstly, we will consider to obtain second row. Firstly, we will consider result of last operation, which means this row. For the result of last operation, this row I will consider, and directly I am not going to consider. I am going to consider by multiplying by minus 1 by 2. Why I am taking this? We are making for operation for second row. In the second row, the incoming variable in the second row is this, that is 1 by 2. For first row, the value corresponding to first row is 4, which is also key element, which is divided in the to derive at the first row. To derive at second row, we will consider last operation, and that operation must be divided by, must be multiplied by 1 by 2. Not only positive, we will make a negative 1 by 2. So which means 20 into minus 1 by 2, which is minus 10. 0 into minus 1 by 2, 0. 1 into minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2. 1 by 4 into minus 1 by 2, the value will become minus 1 by 8. Minus 1 by 8 into minus 1 by 2, the value become 1 by 8. So after this operation, I will consider second row of the first iteration. Very importantly, you should keep in your mind first iteration, which means this or else in the last iteration. Both values are same. So I have considered 20, 1, 1 by 2, 0, 1 by 2. So after this, we will make a sum of the rows, sum of the both rows. Minus 10 plus 20, 10. 0 plus 1, 1. Minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, 0. Minus 1 by 8 plus 0, minus 1 by 8. 1 by 8 plus 1 by 2, 5 by 8. So this operation for first row for the next iteration, this operation for second row for the next iteration. Then let us see how the next iteration then. So this is the first row, operation. This second operation I have just copied as it is. So in the second iteration, in the basic variables are x, y, and coefficient of basic variable are also there, 3, 6, and quantity quantity here, you can take a quantity. First row, I have just copied the first row here. 20, 0, 1, 1 by 4 minus 1 by 4, 20, 0, 1, 1 by 4 minus 1 by 4, and second row I have considered 10, 1, 0, 1 by 8 minus 1 by 8, 5 by 8, 10, 0, 1, 0, minus 1 by 8, 5 by 8. Now after this, for second iteration, I will calculate Z value. Z value can be 3 into the profit into quantity, 3 into 20, 60, 60, 6 into 10, 60, 60 plus 60, 120. Z is 120. And for Z1, Z1, 2, 3, 4 values we also have to derive. 3 into 0, 0, 6 into 1, 6. This value is 6, Z1 value. 3 into 1, 3, 6 into 0, 0. So this value is 3. And 3 into 1 by 4 plus 6 into minus 1 by 8. The value becomes 0. And 3 into minus 1 by 4 plus 6 into 5 by 8. The value becomes 3. So after finding Zj, you will derive at Cj minus Zj. Here we have Cj values. Here we have found the Zj values. So which means 6 minus 6, 0. 3 minus 3, 0. 0 minus 0, 0. 0 minus 3 minus 3. Now we can check the optimality condition in this second iteration. As you know, Cj minus Zj must be lesser than or equal to 0. All the values are lesser than or equal to 0. 3 values are 0 and 1 value is negative value. So all the values are in lesser than or equal to 0. Since all Cj values, Cj minus Zj values are lesser than or equal to 0, this is a optimality condition. In that too, in the basic variable x and y are there. Okay, so since in the basic variable we have considered x and y, and Cj minus Zj are lesser than or equal to 0, this is the optimal solution. Then let us see at which corner optimality condition we arrived at. At Z120, X10 and Y20 we arrived at optimality condition. So this is a value we obtained in the last column. Last Z120, X20 that's quantity, Y10 that's quantity. So if you apply these values to the objective function, that Z is equal to 6x plus 3y, 6x is 10, x value is 10, and plus 3, y value is 20, 6 into 10, 60, 3 to 20, 60. So totally optimality condition is cross verified and achieved. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe.